lucky enough to grow up when underground movies first came out. Now, we're not talking whiny independent films. We're talking underground, which means sex and violence. That's what I tell every kid that's making their first movie. Put those two ingredients in it. It's a necessity for your first film. Not about your grandmother, unless she's a mass murderer, you know? Underground films sort of are right after beatniks and before hippies, and I really wanted to be a beatnik. I used to wear like sandals that laced up to my knees, and I had bongos actually, and that's why I never wear a Halloween costume anymore, because every night when I left the house, my father would say, "It's not Halloween, you know." The underground filmmakers that influenced me in the beginning were certainly the Kuchar brothers, George and Mike, who are wonderful filmmakers, still working today. They made these lurid 8mm melodramas in their mother's Co-op City apartment with stolen Hollywood soundtracks, thrift shop costumes, and their friends as kind of ludicrous stars, with great titles like Pussy on a Hot Tin Roof, Hold Me While I'm Naked, Sins of the Fleshopods. Also, Kenneth Anger's films, who was really, really good and who really was the first person ever that used the ironic use of pop music. I think everybody stole from him, including me, from then on. And also Warhol, who had the really, really smart idea of putting homosexuality and drugs together at last on the movies. So I started by making this little 8mm movie. It didn't even have Super 8 then, called Hag in a Black Leather Jacket. I didn't know there was editing. When it came out of the camera, I thought, oh, this is the movie. It really wasn't so good. It was filmed on the roof of my parents' house, and it was a Ku Klux Klan guy marrying a white guy and a white girl and a black guy together. That was the ceremony. It was very much influenced by Theater of the Ridiculous, which was a very big influence on me at the time. The next movie was something called Roman Candles. It was basically home movies of my friends like Mink Stole modeling clothes they had shoplifted from local boutiques. The first narrative was something called Eat Your Makeup. It starred Divine too. It was really a movie about a governess and her lover who kidnapped fashion models and forced them to eat their makeup and model themselves to death. It sounds a lot better than it is. It did have one good scene, though, where Divine played Jackie Kennedy, and we had the complete Kennedy assassination, with Divine in the pillbox climbing over the trunk of the car, screaming, and people really didn't think it was funny because it was 2 years after it happened. And I remember my mother saying, "What are you shooting today?" "Oh my God," when they'd look out, and the neighbors were horrified, you know, and Divine's mother didn't even know that he was Divine or we made movies or anything, and she found the bloody Jackie Kennedy outfit rolled up in the trunk of her car and said, "What the hell's this?" And Divine was so nervous, he just said, "I am Jackie Kennedy." Pink Flamingos used to always get in trouble before it had an NC-17 rating when it was unrated, because video shops would just put it out, and sometimes I've seen it in foreign. I like that. But it always got busted, and we always lost the case every time. So I used to just plead guilty. It was easier. It was a $5,000 fine. It was easier than paying the lawyer. But what happened in Florida, a family went in a video shop, and they said, "We loved Hairspray. Let's get another John Waters movie." And they took home Pink Flamingos, and I read the police report, and they said, "We got halfway through it." Well, that's the singing asshole. And I'm glad I ruined their night, because they called the police, you know? Why didn't they just turn it off? I mean, that's what I did when Forrest Gump started running. And another time it got busted, and I saw this was in Tucson, Arizona, and I saw the police report, and the cop wrote it down like he was at a car accident. He wrote it, "Film opens with white female sitting in playpen, girdle and bra." And then he keeps writing, he says, "Man shows his vagina, question mark," and then just ... and he stopped writing it, and it arrested the movie. It's really the best review I ever got.